Hello, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to get textures with a transparent background into F-Zero GX. Specifically, this is a problem with textures that need to be in CMPR format. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be in Brawl Crate. We're going to do File, New, BRES Resource Pack. I tried TPL before, but it doesn't let you export as a text zero, which is what we need to do. So you're just going to import textures, and we're going to grab the textures that we have prepared already. And you can just select them all. I like to select them all in a row. So for each texture, you want to make sure the MIP levels match the number of MIP maps, and you can inspect that in GXModelviewer. So this first texture is texture, well, technically it's texture 54, but it's displayed in hex, so it's 36 somehow. So this level 0 means there's just one MIP map. So it already says one MIP map, so we're not going to change that. So for each of these textures, we're just going to set the format to CMPR, and we're not going to mess with any other settings. We're just going to set it to CMPR and click OK. And we're going to do that for every texture in order. Good thing about selecting them all at once is just that, they come one right after the other. So now we're going to shift click all the textures, and we're going to do export selected, and we're going to drop them in that same folder so that they have the same names, and then we're going to change the format to NW4R texture text 0. All right, so that's the Brawl Crate aspect done. So now this is a hex editor, HXD. So we're going to pull out the TPL file that we want to modify. I'm going to drop it in there, and we're also going to drop in all the textures that we want to change, preferably in order. Okay, so the first thing I'll explain is how to select from the text 0 files. So these 4 bytes tell you how long the data is plus this offset, which is 40 apparently. So this minus this yields 6000. So we're going to do Control plus E to do select block. So we're going to have our start offset be 40, and then we're going to make the length 6C00 in hex, which is pre-selected. This selects the entire block. All this hex, it comprises the image. And you'll see at the very bottom, like this bottom row is not selected, and this is quite literally, I think, just the name of the file in hex. Okay, so like there's, yeah, so decoded right here, there's a 54 for the file name. So we're going to do that for each of the textures. These first 4 textures are the faces, the face sprites. And since they're all the same image size, the blocks are going to be completely identical. So that's the same block selected for each of the textures. Next, the car ones have a slightly different size. So this one is 15000. So basically just treat this 40 as a 00. If for whatever reason this says, I don't know, 100040, it wouldn't. You just subtract 10. You subtract whatever is in this byte row from this byte row to get your starting offset. But thankfully, I think for a text 0 with this format at least, it's always going to be 40. So what we're interested in, you're just going to type in 15000. And then we're going to do the same for each of the subsequent textures. Again, this is the shortcut for select block is Control plus E. And now, oh wait, no, 15000. There we go. That's correct. So when I scroll down, the same portion should be unselected. Yeah. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is this is the TPL itself in hex. This 3F means that there are 3F textures in this TPL. So that's 3E. Well, the final texture here is 3E, but that's because it's counting from 0. So 3E plus 1 is 3F. So for example, this counts as texture 0. If you're looking for texture 0, this would be the first one, but it's going to, I don't know, it's strange, but just trust me. So you got to think of this in terms of rows of 4. So this tells you how many textures there are in the TPL file. This, I do not know what it is. It's just a 5. This apparently, these last 4 are the image size of the texture, but this is the row you're looking at, the third row. So we're going to count down 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. This is the offset of the first texture we want to replace. So we're going to do Control plus G to go to, I'm going to copy this so that it's easier. We're going to copy this into go to, and now we want the offset to be relative to begin, which that's pre-selected, and of course we want it to be in hex. So now we're going to teleport down there, nothing personnel kid, and this is where we're going to start pasting from. So we're going to take this, Control C, go back to the TPL, Control B. Very important you don't do Control V. That will insert new data. Control B overwrites. And so now this is actually the perfect, I'm not going to bother going back, but usually if your texture is the same size as the one before, the next offset that it lands you on is going to be the perfect place to paste the new one from. So it's very convenient if you're pasting textures from that are all in the same sequence. Hopefully I didn't lose my place. Hopefully when I paste texture 61, it's going to be the end. All right, that's not the end, but there is one more texture in the file, and that's why I suspect this next thing is. And we can verify the integrity of the TPL by opening it in GXModelviewer again. So now, when I load the same TPL, we see that all the textures have been imported correctly and that none of them are wrong. So that's perfect. Out of curiosity, the reason why we went through all the trouble is because if we were to go into GXModelviewer and import, this would happen. We do not want that to happen. So instead, that's why we do this hex editing process, because Brawl Crate has superior compression for the CMPR format that GXModelviewers, well, F-Zero GX TPLs use, and we're able to flawlessly import textures for the most part. Hopefully that process was easy enough to follow. But yeah, that is how you get a transparent texture into F-Zero GX if it has CMPR format. So hopefully, if that's ever something you have to do, you are able to do that.